What up, world? I'm Steve, founder and CEO of Crypto Crew University. This is where we keep crypto simple. Today we have another exciting video. Bitcoin and crypto have a scary test. It's the biggest test of the past year and a half, and nobody is talking about it until now. If you guys are new here, join the movement. Hit that subscribe button right now. And everybody, hit that thumbs up for me right now. I appreciate you guys. Before we get into this jam-packed video, we have to start with something even more exciting. And that is the classes, guys. These combo classes are changing lives. We have the top-rated crypto classes. You want to provide for your family? You want to build your retirement? This is the place for you. We have a $150 savings right now on the intermediate, advanced, and pro. This is the top selling item on the entire website. This will change your life. And then you want to get all 4 classes. This one is incredibly popular with you guys right now as well. Save $200. So again, top rated crypto classes, provide for your family, grow your retirement. This is for you. All links are in the description. Now let's jump into the video. It is jam-packed. We're going to start where we've been leaving off. So about 37 days ago, when we were below 6,000, everybody was calling for us to go lower. We saw some simple signs in the chart that said we were going to have a big change in trend and a big rally up. And that's exactly what we've had so far, a 48% rally, biggest in many months. We called for this pullback at 6.8K. We called for the big level of resistance at 7,400. Then we said some warning signals were coming into the market, and in the past 2 videos we had 2 scenarios. Number 1, we were going to have some consolidation and then a move to the upside, or a healthy pullback and then a move to the upside. So we're going to follow up on do we still have a chance to move up, and what's going to happen in the next couple of days. We're going to cover that a little bit later in the video. But first, we need to get to this huge test. It's a scary test. It's the most critical test we've had in over a year and a half. The most critical test, if you're wondering what was the previous one, it was about 1,100 and change. It was a level that Bitcoin had battled for years. And that was our most critical test previously. This is a huge test. It's a test that if we pass, we can move pretty significantly to the upside. And if we fail, we could move pretty significantly to the downside. It's a very pivotal point in the history of Bitcoin, but nobody's really talking about this test. So what is this test? What does it mean? How can we move to the upside? How can we pass this test? And what's it going to look like if we fail? What are the things to watch out for? The test is 10,000. Simply put, if we get above 10,000, things are looking really good to the upside. If we get rejected by 10,000 and we end up below 6,800, we're in trouble. In fact, any day starting from today, if we end up below 6,800, we're in trouble. The reason is it's been our most significant level of resistance for an extended period of time, which means it should be our powerful support now. If we break that, we already said that we had broke market structure, we're in trouble to the downside. So the test is this 10,000, and the reason is if you look at the structure, this was our most recent higher high, right? Over 7.5 months ago was our last higher high. Then we created our next high, wasn't as high. It was a lower high. That was this one. The next high was even lower. That's another lower high. And this high was actually lower as well. Right now, Bitcoin is trying to change the trend. We've been in this long, drawn-out downtrend of a bear market, and Bitcoin is trying to muscle up to change that momentum to an uptrend. We're in an uptrend here. Clearly, this is not a bull market. I see a lot of information in the news and media, and folks, please be careful. This is not a bull market, all right? and we're not one of those channels that predict Bitcoin going to the moon or Bitcoin crashing. We consider ourselves Bitcoin realists. We never take paid reviews, unlike most YouTubers. We never lie to you guys by taking somebody's money to promote anything. But we try to keep it real, try to keep it honest, and try to keep it simple. And simply put, we're trying to change the trend. In order for us to accomplish that goal, we have to get above 10K. If we don't, then we're going to continue that long drawn-out downtrend. If we can get above 10K, we can change that trend to the upside and have a very strong move to the upside, which potentially in the future could be considered a bull run. I would consider it, just like all the videos we've made in the past, when we get above this 11,700, I told you guys for many months, that's when I would consider it a bull run. And for several months, we haven't touched that. So our first test, the biggest one, is 10K. Let me put it to you in perspective in another way. This is the 2014 chart. Very important. We've covered this for months. Why? Because it's been spot on accurate, almost to the T. And here's how. In 2014, we won a big rally up, and then we crashed down. We had a big correction, exactly 70% with this arrow. Well, what did we do in 2018? 2018, we had a big rally up and a big crash down, exactly 70% to this level right here, this first bottom. The second bottom didn't quite touch the blue line, and the third one went a little bit through. Well, what did we do in 2014? The second one didn't quite touch, the third one went a little bit through. Exactly to the T. What did we do next? Well, Bitcoin went on a big rally. Many green candles in a row. What did we do in today's world? Bitcoin went on a rally. We broke through this long time, 7-month trend line. Exactly at the same point as 2014 and went on a rally. However, this is critical. What did Bitcoin do in 2014? It was its biggest test in a long period of time. Just like today, Bitcoin's test was its previous high. It was also trying to change the trend. It was in this long drawn out downtrend, and it was trying to create a higher high for the first time in many months to move the trend to the upside. And it battled its previous high. So if you go to the third arrow, you go to its previous high. Bitcoin battled exactly that level and got rejected from that test. You guys all know what happened after that. We've covered it in many videos. If you scroll out, this is what happened. We created another lower low and a second lower low compared to our market structure. We broke market structure and we had a tough go at it, right? This was our third lower low here. So we don't want to repeat history on this. I don't want to repeat history. In order for us not to repeat history, we must, and I repeat, must get above 10K. This level right here. That's the big test. That's the do or die moment. If we get above it, things could be incredible. If we don't get above it and we get rejected by 6.8K, meaning we go through 6.8K, it doesn't hold us as support, we're going to repeat history, all right? This is the biggest test you have to know about. So we're going to cover next, what are we looking at for Bitcoin right now? Do we have the potential to get up to 10K? We're going to look at the charts in the short term. Again, these are the big picture charts here, and sometimes we get confused with the big picture and small picture charts. Somebody in the comments will say, oh, Steve said we're going to go to 10K tomorrow. I know somebody will say that. So please pay attention. This is the big picture. It's not going to happen tomorrow or the next day. This test is still a little bit away. We'll get to that in a moment. Before we do, we're going to cover something incredibly important. These are our reviews, guys. Top-rated crypto classes. We have a perfect 5-star rating from 149 students. I want to read you a quick review here from Steve Murphy from New Jersey. Shout out to New Jersey. Steve says, I have taken the intermediate and advanced classes. Steve's passion and his art of making technical analysis simple helps everybody create winning strategies that can change your future. I've just finished the classes a few weeks ago, and my investment is already up 24%. Steve will keep you on point with his strategy and avoid emotions. I am so happy I took the classes, and I can't thank him enough. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that review, and shout out to New Jersey. I used to live there. And you guys remember Antoinette's review from last video? Antoinette made 25x return on the investment into my classes. So this brings a smile to my face. This is what wakes me up in the morning. I want to change as many lives as I can through crypto. Hands down, that's my mission on this planet Earth. So let's get into another important chart before we get to what's happening today. This 48.5% critical. We've been talking about it in many videos. We're going to come down here to this chart. And we talked about the most critical level of resistance and support for Bitcoin in terms of dominance is that 50% level. We've been battling it for far more than a year. Way back in May 27th was our first level of rejection from that 50%. And then you can see many times for over the next several months we got rejected. Then we finally broke through. We came down and held support right at that level. That's what happens time and time again, as you guys will know once you get more and more involved with support and resistance. So what's going to happen? This orange line is Bitcoin. This white line are altcoins. You guys are waiting for altcoins to go on a run. We had talked about it about maybe 10 days ago or so, and we're getting very close. We're getting very close. Bitcoin is approaching that level, that 50%, where it's highly likely we're going to be rejected. There's just, it's too much power behind that level. On top of that, look at the market structure of the white line. So our previous low, it's all about creating higher lows for an uptrend. We need to create higher lows. So our previous low with the altcoins was at about 17%. Look at the bottom number representing others, that white line. 17%. We want to create a higher low than that, and it looks like we could potentially do that to keep our market structure intact. Right now we're at 19 and change, 19.8. So Bitcoin has a little bit of room to gain dominance. Altcoins have a little room to shed some dominance. And then that big change in trend is going to happen where altcoins should take some power and go on a nice run. So we're going to watch for that to happen. Now, let's get into current day. What is happening? What are the watch outs with Bitcoin now in the next few days to a week? This is the small picture. Remember before, big picture. So a couple things to point out. Number one, look at our stochastics, right? We called for either to have the two scenarios, right? Healthy consolidation or a healthy pullback. On the pullback, repeatedly, we said we do not want to go below 6,800. We have a curvature of the 50-day moving average. Great sign. You can see our trend line here, not broken. You can see our trend line here with the RSI. Very important. Let's zoom in on this. Trend line is the pink one. The most critical level is the blue one. The most critical level on the daily RSI. We're on Coinigy here. To all my students, you have free access to Coinigy. Go to the chart called CCU YouTube BTC. You'll end up here so you can analyze at home as we go over this. So this blue level is the most critical level of support and resistance. On the daily RSI, it'll put you at about 49.9. This is our support right now. How do you know it's our support? Well, it was our resistance, and then we broke it. Anytime you break resistance right here, it turns into our support. If you break support, it turns into resistance. Pretty simple. So it's our support right now. Great sign. So if we hold support on there, it's highly likely that we're going to continue this uptrend, guys. So watch for that to happen. You can see the 50-day curving down now. If we curve down, we catch support on this line right here. Our trend line is intact. We should move to the upside. So we're getting close. Our stochastics is bottoming out. Great sign for us to continue upwards once we catch on this level here. 50-day moving average is also moving up. Now, if we move into a 6-hour chart, I'm going to show you 2 critical levels to watch in the short term. Number 1 is this level right here. We have been holding this 7,400. Why is this level important? Remember, in some previous videos, we called for that level to be pretty big resistance. Guess what? It was. Now, remember, we broke resistance. What is it now? Support. So it's holding us as support. That's a fantastic sign for us to have a bounce off of here. We would love to have a bounce off of 7,400. What the level is that we don't want to cross below in the short term is this one, 7,200. Why, you ask? You see this arrow here? This is our previous low. This is our previous low. We don't want to make a lower low than this one. We do not want to pass 7,200. If we do, we're probably going to have some trouble with 6,800. And you guys already know that if we battle below 6,800, we're in big trouble. We don't want to be in trouble. We want to continue this uptrend. This is an uptrend, not a bull market. So watch 7,200. This level up here, if we do see a bounce, we want to make a higher high than this one, 8,500. So we don't want to go below 7,002. We want to bounce off of 7,004, and we want to continue higher than 8,005. That's what we want to do in the next several days to a week. We will be following up on how this plays out as it progresses. Now, let's get to, there's 2 comments I want to cover from the last video. One of them comes from Mike. Mike says, "Hi Steve, I just signed up for all four powerful series, the one I told you guys you're going to love, and really enjoying the courses. I'm in the intermediate course now. Thank you for making the courses easy to understand and enjoyable. I got burned from a couple other crypto programs. I wish I found yours first. Can't wait for the next class. Patience wins the game." Thank you, Mike, and I appreciate you being a part of the crypto crew. I appreciate you sharing your feedback here. I know it's going to inspire some folks, because this is what I hear time and time again. This is what I've showed you from tons of students. I wish I signed up sooner. So Mike took some other programs. He didn't really like them. He got to our program, top-rated crypto classes. He took all classes. He's loving them. So I'm just going to show you this real quick. Top-rated crypto classes. These are the 2 most powerful combos. Mike took this one. This is the top seller. Intermediate Advanced Pro, save 150. Provide for your family, guys. You want to have that feeling of providing for your family and growing your retirement. This is the place for you. Now, I'm going to cover this comment to help you guys. All right. I asked you in the comments last video to write a question you have that just is a little bit confusing in crypto. And I know that if you have that question, a lot of other people will have that same question, and then we can help everybody learn, right? That's what this channel is all about, helping everybody learn even more. So this one comes from Frank. Frank says, "Steve, what does it mean when the RSI is pointing upwards, but the stochastic is pointing down?" I say this because I've seen this lately in a few coins, and what does this mean? So this is a common question. I'm sure a lot of you guys have it. Let me explain it in a very simple way. The RSI moves really slow. Picture it like a snail. The stochastic's RSI moves a lot faster. Picture that like an ant. The ant will run circles around the RSI. The ant will run circles around the snail, right? The stochastic RSI goes up and down pretty fast. It moves twice as fast as the RSI. So if the RSI is pointing upwards and the stochastic is pointing down, just picture it like the ant is already moving down, and it could come back up before the RSI really starts to move a lot. The RSI is very slow. So if you guys are day traders or swing traders, you're going to really pay attention to the stochastics. If you're more long-term, you're going to pay a little more attention to the RSI. Simply put, in a most basic way, but the good news is our intermediate and advanced classes cover this in detail so that you can become an expert. But let me know if this was helpful, and let me know also what questions you guys have that you want covered in the next class and the next video. And if you would like your coin covered, write something positive, be subscribed, and let me know what coin you would like covered. We'll cover one in the next video. So I just want to give a special thank you to everybody in the crypto crew. You guys are incredible. We're building something so special together, and I'm not doing it alone. I tell you this all the time. Each one of you that are sharing on Twitter, sharing on Facebook, telling your friends about our videos and getting people involved and liking and commenting positive things, you guys are all helping us grow bigger and stronger. And I appreciate you guys for that. I love you guys for that. And this helps me make this bigger goal of let's change as many lives as we can through crypto. That's what wakes me up in the morning. So thank you guys. And shout out to everybody in my home country of USA, everybody in Canada, everybody in the land down under, Oz, Australia, everybody in South Africa, in India, in Asia, in Germany, everybody in the Netherlands. If I forgot your country, I'm sorry, but thank you to everybody around the world. Have a great day. We'll update you on all of this in the next video. Peace and love to the crypto crew.